everyone, welcome back to my channel EduPath Class 10. In this video lecture, we will start a new chapter named as Agriculture. Before starting, please like my videos and subscribe my channel. Now, agriculture is a primary activity which produces most of the food that we consume. Agriculture is a broad term for everything that goes into growing crops and raising animals to provide food and materials that people can use and enjoy. India is an agriculturally important country. Everybody know that 2/3 of its population is engaged in it. Besides food grain, it also produces raw materials for various industries. Now, agriculture is an age-old economic activity. Cultivation methods have changed significantly depending upon the characteristics of physical environment, technological know-how, and socio-cultural activities. There are two types of farming: subsistence farming and commercial farming. In subsistence farming, there are two types: primitive subsistence and intensive subsistence. In commercial, there is only one, that is plantation. Now, primitive subsistence farming, practiced on small patch of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe, dhow, and digging sticks. Farming is done for self-consumption. Example: slash and burn method. Primitive subsistence farming, slash and burn agriculture is practiced in some of the parts of India. This type of farming depends upon monsoon, natural fertility of the soil, and suitability of other environmental conditions to crop grow. Farmer clear a patch of land and then shift to a new patch when the soil fertility decreases to produce cereals and other food crops. When the soil fertility decreases, the farmer shift and clear a patch of land for cultivation. Shifting allows nature to replenish the fertility of the soil through natural processes. It is also known as zooming. In northeastern states, lowland productivity as the farmers does not use fertilizers or other modern inputs. Different names of slash and burn in agriculture in India: Bewar or Dhaya in Madhya Pradesh, Podu or Penda in Andhra Pradesh, Pamadabi or Koman or Bringa in Odisha, Kumari in Western Ghats, Val or Walter in southeastern Rajasthan, Khel in Himalayan belt, and Kuruwa in Jharkhand, Milpa in Mexico and Central America, Konuku in Venezuela, Roca in Brazil, Masol in Central Africa, Ladang at Indonesia, Ray in Vietnam. Now, intensive subsistence farming. It is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. It is labor intensive farming or agriculture. Use of high dose of biochemical inputs in irrigation used to get higher inputs. Issue with this type of farming is that the land is divided into many holdings by the right of inheritance, leading to the division of land among successive generations, which has rendered landholding size uneconomically. Farmers continue to take maximum output from the limited land in the absence of alternative source. Thus, there is an intensive pressure on the land for the maximum output. Now, primitive subsistence and intensive subsistence, practiced on small patches of land. The land holding are comparatively bigger. You can take a screenshot of it if you want. No need to understand that. I have cleared you in above. Commercial farming. Farming done using high doses of modern inputs. Example: high yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides to obtain higher productivity. The degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another. For example, rice is a commercial crop in Haryana and Punjab, but in Odisha it is a subsistence crop. Plantation. A type of commercial farming, single crop is grown in area. Example: tea. The plantation as an interface of agriculture and industry, produces raw material and agriculture-based industry. Third, cover large tracts of land using high level of inputs with the help of migrant workers. Reason for development of plantation: since the production is mainly for market, a well-developed network of transport and communication connecting the plantation area processing industries and markets play an important role. In India, tea, coffee, rubber, etc. main important plantation crops. Cropping pattern: we know that 3 types of seasons are there: Rabi season, Kharif season and Zaid season. Kharif seasons are the October to December. Kharif is May to July, Rabi is October to December, and Zaid is the time between Rabi and Kharif crop, that is March. Rabi are harvested in April to June. Example are wheat and barley. Kharif are harvested in September to October. Example paddy. Zaid are harvested in June. Example watermelon. Rabi crops sown at the onset of winter, harvested at summer. Major crops wheat, barley, etc. Availability of precipitation during winter months helps in the succession of these crops. Grow in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. Success of green revolution: in Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan have also been an important factor in growth of Rabi crops of these regions. Kharif crops sown at onset of monsoon, harvested at summer. Major crops are rice, maize, jowar, bajra, etc. Important rice growing regions are Assam, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, UP, Bihar, etc. In states like Assam, West Bengal and Odisha, 3 crops of paddy are grown in an year, that is Os, Aman and Boro. Zaid crops sown between Rabi and Kharif season, that is March. In between the Rabi and Kharif season, there is short season during the summer months known as Zaid season. Major crops are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables and fodder crops. Did you know sugarcane almost take a year to grow? Major crops: rice, Kharif crop, first staple food crop of majority of people in India. India is the second largest producer of India in the world after China. In areas of less rainfall, grown with the help of canal irrigation and tube wells. Rice is grown in the plains of north and northeastern India, coastal areas and deltic regions. Development of dense network of canal irrigation and tube wells made possible to grow rice in areas of less rainfall such as Punjab, Haryana, western UP and parts of Rajasthan. Requirement: high temperature above 25 degrees Celsius, high humidity and annual rainfall above 100 centimeter. Wheat: it is a Rabi crop, second most important cereal crop, main food crop in north and western part of country. Wheat growing zones are Ganga Satluj plains and black soil region. Major wheat producing states are Punjab, Haryana, UP, MP, Bihar and Rajasthan. Requirements are cool growing season and bright sunshine at the time of ripening. Annual rainfall of 50 to 75 centimeter. Millets: important millets are jowar, ragi and bajra, also known as coarse grains, have high nutritional value. Jowar, third most important fruit crop. You take the screenshot of it. Now, maize, Kharif crop uses both as food and fodder. In some states like Bihar, maize is grown in Rabi season also. Modern inputs contributed to more production of maize. Producing states are Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, etc. Requirements: temperature required 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. Annual rainfall 50 to 100 centimeter. Grow well in alluvial soil. Pulses: India is the largest producer of consumer of pulses in the world. A major source of protein in vegetarian diet. Needs less moisture and survive even in dry condition. Major pulse is urad, moong, masoor, peas and gram. Produced in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, etc. Being leguminous crops, all these crops except arhar help in restoring soil fertility by fixing nitrogen from the air. Therefore, these are mostly grown in rotation with other crops. Food crops and other gains: sugarcane, tropical as well as subtropical crop. India is the second largest producer of sugarcane after Brazil. Sugar main sources of are sugar, gur, jaggery, khansari, and molasses. Major sugarcane producing states are UP, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, etc. Requirements are climate grown well in hot and humid nature. Temperature should be 27 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is 75 to 100 centimeter. Irrigation is required in the regions of low rainfall. Oilseeds. In rapeseed production, India was the third largest producer in the world after Canada and China. Main oilseeds are groundnut, mustard, coconut, sesame, til, that is we call til, soya bean, castor seeds, cotton seed, linseed, sunflower. Most of these are edible and used as cooking mediums. However, some of these are also used as raw material in soap production, cosmetic and ointments. Groundnut. It is a kharif crop and accounts for about half of the major oilseed producers in the country. In 2016, India was the second largest producer of groundnut after China. Gujarat was the largest producer of groundnut, followed by Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh. Linseed and mustard are rabi crops. Sesame, it is a kharif crop in north and rabi crops in south India. Castor seed grown both as rabi and kharif crop. Tea, an example of plantation agriculture, important beverage crop. Most of the tea plantations are owned by India. In 2016, India was the largest producer of tea after China. Take the screenshot of it if you want. Coffee. Indian coffee is known for the world for its good quality. Initially, its cultivation was introduced on Baba Budan Hills, and even today, its cultivation is confirmed to the Nilgiri in Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. The Arabica variety from Yemen produced in India is in great demand. Mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, and horticulture. In 2016, India was second largest of fruits and vegetables in the world after China. India producer of tropical as well as temperate fruits. India is an important producer of pea, cauliflower, etc. Mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, UP and West Bengal, oranges of Nagpur and Cherrapunji, bananas of Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh, pineapples of Meghalaya, grapes of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra, apples, pears, apricots and walnuts of J&K, Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh are in great demand of the world over. Rubber, equatorial crop, grown in tropical and subtropical areas, require moist and humid climate. Temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Rubber is an important industrial raw material, mainly grown in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Fiber crops: cotton, hemp, jute, silk. Cotton, hemp and jute derived from the crops grown in soil. Silk obtained from cocoons of the silkworm fed on green leaves, especially mulberry. Sericulture: rearing of silk worms for the production of silk fiber. Cotton: India is believed to be the original home to cotton plant. Cotton is one of the main raw material for cotton textile industry. In 2016, India was second largest producer of cotton after China. It is a kharif crop. Drier parts of Deccan Plateau and black soil. High temperature and light rainfall, 6 to 8 months to mature. 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine for growth. Jute: the golden fiber grows well on well-drained fertile soils in floodplains. Produced in West Bengal, Bihar, Assam and Meghalaya, losing its market to synthetic fiber and packing materials due to its high cost requirement. During the time of growth, high temperature is required. Sustained use of land without compatible techno-institutional changes have hindered the pace of agriculture development. Agriculture, which provides livelihoods for more than 60% of its population, needs some serious technical and institutional reform. Thus, agriculture reform are important. In spite of development of sources of irrigation, Most of the farmers in large parts of the country still depended upon monsoon and natural fertility in order to carry their agriculture. Regular use of land obstructs agriculture development. Most farmers still develop upon natural monsoon. After independence, major institution reforms such as collectivization, consolidation of holding were given priority. Land reforms were the main focus of first-year 5-year plan. The right of inheritance has already led to fragmentation of land holdings, necessitating consolidating of holdings. Agricultural reforms. The Government of India embarked upon introducing agricultural reforms to improve India agriculture in 1960s and 1970s. Dr. Verghese Kurian was named as Milkman of India. Green Revolution. Packetech was used to increase agriculture production. White Revolution operating flood for increasing milk production. Outcome was a green and white revolution led to concentration of development in few selected areas. Other important step: provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and diseases. Establishment of Grameen banks, cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facilities to the farmer at lower rate of interest. Initiative taken by government. Special weather bulletins and agriculture program for farmers were introduced on radio and TV. Schemes such as Kisan Credit Card, personal accident insurance schemes, minimum support price set by government to check exploitation of farmers. Bhudan Gramdan, initiated by Vinoba Bhave, Shri Ramchandra Reddy offered 80 acres of land to be distributed among 80 landless villages. This act was known as Bhudan. Some zamindars, owners of many villages, offered to distribute some village among the landless. It was known as Gramdan. This Bhudan Gramdan movement is known as bloodless revolution, as total change comes from without any bloodshed. Contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment and output. In 2010 to 11, about 52% of the total workforce were employed by farm sector. Declining share of agriculture in GDP is serious concern. Steps were taken by government to modernize agriculture. Establishing of Indian Council of Agriculture, Indian Agriculture Research, Agriculture University, Veterinary Service and Animal Breeding Centers, Horticulture Development. The table below shows through the GDP growth rate is increasing over the years. It is not generating sufficient employment opportunities in the country. Major problem faced by Indian farmers: reduction in public investment, decreasing subsidy on fertilizers, reduction in import duties. Farmers are withdrawing their investment from agriculture, causing a downfall in the employment in agriculture. Impact of globalization. In 19th century, Indian spices were exported to different countries of the world by the European and South India were encouraged to grow crops. Till today, it was one of the most important items of export from India. During British period, cotton was exported as a raw material to Britain for the textile industries. In Manchester and Liverpool, cotton textile industries flourished due to the availability of good quality of cotton from India. After 1990, Indian farmer faced new challenges. Despite being an important producer of rice, wheat, rubber, cotton, India could not compete against developed nations with highly subsidized agriculture. Agriculture in India is now at a crossroad. To make agriculture successful and profitable, proper thrust should be given to the improvement of this condition to marginal farmers and small farmers. Green Revolution under controversies. Green Revolution, which benefited to increase agriculture production in 1960s, is under controversies nowadays. It is being alleged that the excessive use of chemicals and dry aquifers resulted in land degradation of vanishing biodiversity. Some practices to improve Indian agriculture. Genetic engineering, which involved inventing new hybrid varieties of seeds. Example: golden rice, non-crying onions. Organic farming is becoming trending in India because it is practiced with pesticides in factory. Experts suggest that farming should adopt diverse cropping pattern, catering to the increasing demands and preventing land degradation. Does Indian farmers have a bleak future? Some economists should predict that if Indian farmers continue to grow crops in small plots while their population is growing rapidly, their future will be bleak. India's rural population is about 833 million in 2011, which depends upon 250 million hectares of agricultural land and an average of less than half a hectare per person. Diversify their cropping pattern. Farmers should diversify their cropping pattern from cereal to high value crop. Benefit is that this will increase income and reduce environmental degradation, because fruits, vegetables, biodiesel crops like Jatorpa and Jujuba needs much less irrigation than rice or sugarcane. India's diverse climate can be harnessed to grow a wide range of high value crops. First is mushroom, microgenesis, microgreens, lavender, saffron, etc. Change in cropping pattern. If India changes its cropping pattern, then it has to import food crops. During 1960s, it was seen as disaster. On the other hand, if India imports cereal while exporting high value commodities, it will be following successful economies like Italy, Chile and Israel. Please take the screenshot of it. It will be very useful for you in your exams. Rice is a staple food grown in Kharif season. Soil is the clay or loamy soil. Temperature is above 25 degrees Celsius and rainfall 100 above 100 centimeters. Please take the screenshot of this too. Now NCERT question, they are your homework. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and share my channel. Please like and share my videos, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel.